Hey, sorry about that. It's a new venue. We're in. I guess we're figuring out the Wi-Fi. It's a little spotty sometimes.
Always, mate. I told you you should have flew me in.
Yeah, I should. Next time. Next time. I'm gonna pass the cup around. We'll see how much we can raise today. Hey, Angelo. I know it's getting late over there. It's almost 1. Do you have time for some questions, or how's it looking on your end? Hello?
Yeah, mate. Sure. I've got no issues staying for as long as you guys want me there.
Okay, well then let me open it up and see if some people have some questions out there for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So did someone have a question? Yeah.
Hi, Angelo. I'm John Cantola. Nice hat.
He's got a hat too.
Thanks, mate.
I just got one question for you. What are you looking for in an investor? I've actually been following some of your videos and on your site and some of your properties. But I just kind of want to know what you really want in an investor, what you're really looking for to work with someone.
Did you hear that, Angelo? Oh.
Yeah, I heard that. Great question, mate. Check this out. We actually just did a yellow ladder tip of the day about, who our ideal investor is. And look, in regard to that, mate, at the end of the day, we work with investors that have $10,000 to invest, and I've got another investor that has millions to invest. So a particular investor's finances aren't the determining factor. Look, at the end of the day, it just comes down to how much you are willing to trust us and how that relationship evolves over the coming months as we start corresponding, right? And I'll give you an example. We always educate all of our investors on the market we work in and our beliefs and our philosophies in regards to real estate investing. We never push anyone into making any decision. We only present who we are, what we do, the properties we offer, and the after service we provide. And it's only right when it's right for you, right? Now, I've had a ton of investors that we've taken that next step and we continue building the relationship. And, then they consistently keep asking me about vacancy rates in Toledo. And I consistently keep telling them that the vacancy rates are only an online statistic, right? While it comes down to how good the team on the ground is to get that property tenanted, right? Now, a higher cash flow can get a property tenanted within 2 or 3 weeks, but the vacancy rate statistic online might say 4 to 6 weeks. So it's stuff like that where if we just kind of start butting heads, we're out straight away. I mean, I'm not going to try and convince you to believe in my philosophies and my real estate business model, right, if it's something that you do not want to believe in. Right. So that's just kind of what we look for. I like to say it's like a marriage, okay? We have to like each other, we have to trust each other, and we have to respect each other. Otherwise, it's not going to work, right? Because we're talking about 5, 10, 15 years, guys. It's not a one-off or a two-off. Okay, in order for us to get most of the investors to where they need to be, it's going to be a long time for us to get them there, right? So if they don't like us or vice versa, well, we better not do any business together because it's just going to get worse later on down the track. Yeah. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. So go ahead.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Angelo.
So it sounds like the focus is on the relationship first, make sure the relationship is working, and then take it from there. All right, sounds good. Do we have another question?
Oh, 100%, Daniel.
Okay. Fatima.
Hi, you can't see me right now, but I was wondering, what is your business model when you go in different cities and so forth?
So you want to know a little bit more about turnkeys and stuff? Yeah, I think the question is more of a general, like what is a turnkey and how does it work kind of thing.
Yeah, look, there are many different perceptions of turnkey companies, and there's a ton of turnkey companies here in the US. And what Ohio Cashflow considers turnkey to be, we consider it to be a complete hands-off investment. So we will look after absolutely everything and anything on the investor's behalf, except their accounting, where they have to pay US taxes at the end of the financial year, okay? So other than that, anything and everything relating to a particular property and owning investment properties, like paying the property taxes, paying the property insurance, maintenance, getting a new tenant, you name it, we look after it. So that's what we consider to be a full-blown turnkey company. It's pretty much absolutely hands-off for the investor.
Does that make sense, Fatima? Because
What about his personal investment?
like what do you mean by that?
I mean, so right now he's like the middleman.
Yeah, so he brings let me correct me if I'm wrong, but the people are investing the money into your company, and then you're using the investment money to go out and purchase the house, rehab the house, and then rent the house. I think she's just trying to figure out the basic model of how it works.
Look, yeah, no, Daniel, that's incorrect.
Yeah.
What we do, mate, is we pretty much buy the properties with our own personal funds.
Yeah,
We
okay.
rehab them with our own personal funds, and then we sell them to investors
Yeah.
as a complete turnkey finished product.
Okay.
So the investors that buy our properties, all they have to do is, collect their monthly rents, and that is pretty much it. There is nothing more to do to that property. We have rehabbed it, we have tenanted, we've got a relationship with the tenant, we're collecting the rents. So we sell these properties as a complete finished turnkey product. So there's nothing else that the investor needs to do except, as I said, collect their monthly rents.
Okay.
And what's the range of these?
Do you mean how much do the properties cost? Like what would you say is the range of the properties cost?
Yeah, look, our bread and butter price range is between $40,000 to $50,000. Okay, and within that price range, you're looking at a 2 or a 3 bedroom home. All of the properties that we offer are in solid B class areas. Once again, there are many different perceptions on the asset classes. I've actually written a blog about it that's going live tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of you guys, if you're on Bigger Pockets, check out my blog. It's going live tomorrow, and it's my perception on the different asset classes.
Okay.
So yeah, just going back to the question, $40,000 to $50,000 is our bread and butter price range.
Yeah.
And they rent for between $700 to $900 per month.
He has a website too, Ohio Cashflow. I'll make sure that everyone gets that in the recap. And one of the things I like about Engelo is you do the videos. I love that when you come in before the house is bought and you start walking around and talking about what needs to get done. I think that's really cool. Actually, that's one of the first ways I found you was you had that video, the worst house in Australia. do you remember that or something like that? And I was just like, what is this? I had to click on it, but that was really cool. That
Yeah, it was the cheapest house in Australia, mate. And believe it or not, Daniel, where I'm actually coming out with a new video because I'm just in the process of buying the cheapest house in America.
Okay.
So, trust me, mate, I'll tell you this: it's a house that you or me do not want to own. But I'll just do it because I think it's going to be good publicity.
Is it in Detroit?
No, mate, it's not. It's actually in Toledo, but it's in the heart of the ghetto.
Okay.
Ghetto. So I'm not going to reveal what I paid for it, but I mean it is. Look. I paid $15,000 for Australia's cheapest house.
Yeah.
I paid much less for this one. Okay, that's all I'll say.
Do you guys have other questions from the floor? Yeah, Henry.
Angelo, just one question. What have you learned from your greatest losses or mistakes? So what have you learned from those things, not only from your success stories? So what do you take in your business from the losses you took?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't that quite well.
He was asking. What have you learned most from your failures, from your losses, from the setbacks that you've suffered as an investor through your company, and so on and so forth?
In a car accident?
Great question, mate. Sorry, what was that?
Was it your car accident, right? You were in a car accident because you had a 12-hour drive?
Yeah, mate, I was in a car accident, 3 years ago. That was tough times, but look, I guess the biggest mistake that I made was not being patient, okay, and jumping in too soon. So when I first started my real estate investment portfolio, I was buying properties for the purpose of the title associated with buying investment properties. When I bought properties, right, I considered myself a real estate investor and an entrepreneur, but I wasn't buying to suit my end goal, okay? And I believe that if you do not have a clear reason to invest in real estate, do not invest in real estate. So before you invest in real estate, you must have an end goal in place. And that end goal must be a financial cash flow target, okay? Now, you also have to have a time frame of when you want to achieve that end goal. So let's just say that you want to achieve $100,000 in passive income in the next 5 years. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, if that is your end goal and that is your time frame, then you can base your risk to reward ratio on that 5-year time frame. The longer the time frame, the less riskier investments you can take on. The shorter the time frame, the more riskier investments you can take on. Now, at the end of the day, every single property that you buy has to get you a step closer to your end goal. Okay? So my philosophy and my belief you shouldn't invest in real estate based on capital growth predictions. Hoping a property will go up in value is not a sound strategy. No one has a crystal ball, thus no one can predict the future. You should invest based on the numbers in the deal, and you want those numbers in every single deal to suit your end goal. Okay, so let's backtrack. If your end goal is to achieve $100,000 in passive income in the next 5 years, well then every single property that you buy has to get you a step closer to your end goal. So if you buy a property for $50,000 that's putting 10% net in your pocket every year, that's $5,000 in cash flow, then you've only got to get another $95,000 to get to your end goal, okay? And that is something that I did not have a clear picture of when I started investing in real estate.
Yeah.
I was just investing based on the title associated with being a real estate investor. And look, it cost me dearly. I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in opportunity costs.
Yeah.
And I lost $100,000 of my own cash. Now, why I lost $100,000 of my own cash is because I trusted the wrong people.
Right.
And that's why I stress on trust and relationships, guys. At the end of the day, you are not going to lose money because you bought in an area where there's not much prediction for growth, or there's not much, whatever you want to call it. You're going to lose money because the people are going to screw you, and they're going to steal from you, and they're going to cheat to you, and they're going to lie to you, right?
Yeah.
So I've got a little tagline: if you buy the best house in the best street with the best growth predictions, but your property manager is incompetent and a cheat, you're going to lose money because he's going to steal your rent.
Right.
Okay, so those are the mistakes that I made. Number one, I wasn't patient. Number two, I worked and trusted the wrong people.
Good. All right. Did we have? Oh, yeah, Sandy.
Hello, sir. I have a question. Are you a fan of multifamily properties? Why or why not? Especially in your area.
Do you like multifamily properties? Why or why not in Toledo?
Yes, I love multifamily. Look, it's something that I'm very seriously exploring over the next couple of years. And the bigger picture for Ohio Cashflow, to be honest with you, and all of our investors, is to one day transition their single-family home portfolios into multifamily and commercial. I honestly believe that multifamily and commercial, at the end of the day, is a true hands-off and passive investment.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'll give you an example. If you own 10 single-family homes, you are going to have 10 properties that are going to be spread all around the country, most likely, or a state, or a city. 10 sets of tenants, 10 sets of different, dramas, 10 sets of different possibilities of something going wrong, right? While, for example, if you just own a 10-unit multifamily complex, it's all in one spot. You can have a on-ground property manager or maintenance guy who lives in one of the units that you can give free rent to. And you can also, it's much less riskier owning such a complex, of course, in a decent area. So, yes, I'm a big fan of multifamily and commercial. I'm not yet competent enough to discuss it in more detail because I personally haven't put my money where my mouth is. So I haven't invested in multifamily or commercial yet. I've done over 300 single-family home deals. I haven't done multifamily or commercial, but as I said, I'm very seriously considering taking that next step over the next 1 to 2 years.
Okay. All right. You guys have any more questions from the?
I have a question. Hey, Angelo, it's John. I talked to you about the gas station a week or so ago.
Yeah. Hey, man, how are you?
Yeah, good. You talk about people screwing you over. You also changed markets, right? You were in a different city first, or is that right? Okay. Like, where were you at first? Like, I'm not looking for names like of people, but just like, what market were you in first, and why'd you go there?
Sure. Mate, yeah, look, when I initially moved to the US, I was in Kansas City. And that's where I kind of, moved from. When I moved from Australia, I moved to Kansas City. I had a few good relationships there on the ground, and I did quite a few deals there. At the end of the day, I just felt that once again, I wanted to be free because I've always had this entrepreneurial mindset. I've always wanted to shoot a ton of videos. I've always wanted to run my own business and do what I want, when I want, how I want. And I guess when I was in Kansas City, I just did not have that freedom because I wasn't running my own business. I was partnered with a few other people that were much older and more mature than me, so I kind of had to stick by rules or whatever you want to call it. And I just believe that, in business and entrepreneurism and real estate, yes, there are rules, there are laws and regulations that you have to follow, right? In what you do, but at the end of the day, rules are there to be broken, right? And me being someone that got to where I am by working hard, being creative, being free, having a free mind and soul. I just wanted to start my own business and call all of the shots like I do today. So that's kind of how I transitioned from Kansas City to Ohio. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, Fatima, another question.
Hi again. So I'm wondering, what are the channels you get your deals from? Is it mainly agents, or do you have any creative ways?
How are you finding your deals? Are you doing yellow letters? Are you doing the MLS or?
Well, Daniel, hey, can you check in your pocket and tell me if you've got a deal there?
Yeah, I don't actually.
I mean, hey, look, leave no stone unturned. Leave no stone unturned is a philosophy that we follow. I mean, you name it, we do it. I'm here in my office building right now. We're on a busy road. I've painted my entire office building blue and yellow, and I've got written on the sides of the walls, "We really do buy houses." My car is branded with "We really do buy houses." As you can see, I wear company colors also. We do a ton of yellow letters. We do a ton of Craigslist ads. I stalk Craigslist daily. Bird dogs, wholesalers. I've got relationships with realtors. I mean, you name it, we do it. I asked Grandma at Walmart if she knows if anyone is selling a property. So, these are the things that you have to do in order to find deals. If you make your whole life revolve around whatever it is that you want to achieve, you will achieve it. And you will get to where you need to be. You just need to commit to the numbers. I always stress this to whoever I speak to. I mean, real estate is a numbers game, guys. I mean, phone calls, emails, meetings, conventions, expos. It depends on, how many people you talk to on a daily basis. That's how many doors will open for you at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, and that is just something that I do. I get busy. I commit to the numbers. I work those numbers hard, and I work those numbers every single day. And eventually, things start to happen.
Yeah.
Doors start to open, and I start to get to where I need to be.
Yeah.
And because we have such a very unique business model, and what we do is very limited. Right now, mate, I can't find enough inventory to meet the demand. I mean, we've got a stupid amount of investors wanting to work with us, and we just cannot find that much good properties.
Right.
And we don't want to compromise our integrity by lowering our standards, right? So we're even spending more time and money right now to find more good deals. I mean, I've probably got 2,000 or 3,000 yellow letters that I'm sending out every week.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
And out of the 2,000 or 3,000 yellow letters, we might pick up one deal.
Yeah.
So as I said, it is just a numbers game. The more you commit to those numbers, the more you'll start to see happen.
All right. You
You
guys, any other questions? Or? Oh yeah, John.
Hi, Angelo. I'm new to this totally, and I haven't invested in it, but my thinking is to just buy 4 or 5 properties in cash, have that cash flow pay for the subsequent properties after that. But I was wondering if you think I should finance first or cash is the way to go. What do you think?
Did you hear that, Angelo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. Did you? He was wondering, what do you think? Do you think financing is the way to go, or do you think all cash is the way to go for purchasing 4 houses? Hello.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Did you hear? It was a
Yeah.
buying. Okay, buying with cash or financing question.
Seriously, Daniel, next time you've got to fly me in, mate.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, yeah, hey, great question. Look, first of all, you know how you initially mentioned that you want to buy 5 properties? I think that you shouldn't buy 5 properties. I think that you should start off very small and very slow. I think that you should buy 1 property and get a really good feel for US investing, the market here, and just all of the different differentialities that come associated with investing in US property. I mean, it is a different world. Okay, when I moved here from Australia, I mean, I was just gobsmacked by all of the differences here in the US. I mean, not just from the terminologies, but from the laws and regulations, from, you know, the contracts, the rehabs, the materials in construction. I mean, you name it, everything is different, right? So, you know, I'll start off with that by saying I think you should buy 1 and then just kind of build from there, see how you like it, see if it's a good fit for you, see if it fits your comfort level. I always say it's not for everyone. I mean, a lot of people, you know, they're scared to invest in a city where they live. And, you know, not even talking about out of state or country, right?
Right.
So that's first thing. Second thing, mate, look, I'm a big believer in cash. I initially started my portfolio with leverage, and to be honest with you, it almost cost me everything. I almost lost it all because I was very over leveraged, and I just do not think that's a sustainable way of investing in real estate. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't think that you should be using leverage to start your portfolio. I think that a good portfolio should be built on a strong foundation, and that strong foundation is using cash. Okay? Then once you have built a portfolio of cash properties, let's say 3 or 4 properties that are spitting out a good amount of cash flow every single month, then you can start at using leverage. Now, why I say that is because those 3 or 4 properties that you do not have any loans on will be safe investments. They will be producing enough cash flow.
Yeah.
So if anything was to go wrong with any other property that you leverage, you can always cover any losses from the cash flow that you already have from the 3 or 4 properties that you've initially bought. So that's just my personal belief. That's just my philosophy. Everything that I do today is with cash and cash only. I've built the entire business with cash. I'm looking at growing my portfolio with cash, and I'm not looking at using leverage any day soon.
Okay. All right. Anybody else? Any other questions? We're gonna let him go back to sleep. Is there a question or no? Oh, okay. Angela, I think you did a great job today. So we just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for coming on board.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And I guess the best way for people to reach you is probably through Bigger Pockets. Is that?
Yeah, mate, Bigger Pockets. I mean, Google is the best business card. So if they Google Engelo, Rumora, or Ohio Cashflow, I mean, they'll see my pretty face everywhere.
Okay. Sounds good, man. Thank you so much, Angelo.
Thanks, guys. You have a great day. Thanks for having me.
All right. Get some rest. Good night.